Hello team, welcome back. Welcome to the Docker training. And today we will see how we can create and Docker compose YAML file and we can build an application from the scratch. So to create the Docker compose YAML file and to create the YAML file from a scratch, we will go to our editor, right? So right here we are on our editor, right? Over here I will create a new file and I will call it custom application.yaml, right? Hit enter. Now here we will start to create the file from a scratch. So first we will define the version, and version could be 3, right? After the version we will start defining the services. So I will define services, right? Then I will define my first service. So suppose as a first service I need to define some Linux distro. So I will call it distro, right? Then I need to define image and I will define the image Alpine, right? So Alpine is the shortest image of the Linux. And if I'm not defining anything after the image, then it will download the latest image of the Alpine, right? Then I will define the restart and I will define always. Then I will define container name, container underscore name. And suppose I'm defining custom Alpine, then I will define some entry point, right? And I'm defining something like tail hyphen f dev null. Now let's try to understand all the commands which we have mentioned in this particular YAML file, right? So my first command is the services, right? So every service which is present inside the services will start a new container when you will start Docker Compose up, right? So I will define the same line in a comment, right? So I have defined each entry in the services section will create the separate container when the Docker Compose is run, right? So my first service is distro, right? This is my image name. So image would be download at runtime, right? Now restart always. What is this? So as we have discussed in the previous lecture, if the host machine will restart, then the container will restart itself again, right? If the container is stopped due to some kind of corruption, then it will restart itself. If the container goes down due to any kind of reason, then it will restart itself, right? So this is the benefit of restart always. So I will define like this, like directive is used to indicate that the container should always restart, right? Now in the next line, we have defined the container underscore name. So if you are defining this particular thing, container underscore name, then this will replace the randomly generated container name inside the Docker with this particular given name, right? So I will define the complete command here, like directive is used to override the randomly generated container name and replace it with the name that is easier to remember and work with, right? Now next is entry point. So this is again the new thing which we have not seen in the previous lecture. So first let's understand why we are defining entry point like tail hyphen f dev null. So we are defining this command due to the functionality of the container. So if nothing is running inside the container, then container will exit itself, right? So we are defining tail hyphen f. This is an ongoing command, so this will not stop and container will not stop, right? So I will define the comment over here, like so the comment is tail hyphen f is ongoing process, so it will run indefinitely and prevent the container from stopping, right? So default entry point is overridden to keep the container running. So this is my first part. So this is the first part of my custom application.yaml file, right? I will save my file, right? Now we will go to the terminal, and inside the terminal I will execute a command docker ps to identify that how many containers are running. So right now only one container is running, which is nginx. I will stop this container, docker container stop, right, and provide the container name which is nginx bind, right? Again execute the docker ps and you can see nothing is running, right? I will clear out my console. Over here I will create the file touch custom application.yaml. Hit enter. Now if you will put ls-lrt, then you can see this file only have the read and write permission, right? This don't have the executable permission. So first I will provide the executable permission to this file, which is chmod 777, the file name, right? Hit enter. Again put ls-lrt. Then you can see this file have the executable permission as well, right? Now I will open the file in the vi mode. So custom application YAML, right? Press I to come into the insert mode. Go to the file which we have created, copy this file and paste it here. Now I will press the escape key colon WQ. If you want to show the content of the file, then you can use custom cat, then file name, and you can see it is displaying the content of the file, right? Clear out your console. So team, if you have the same question again, that why we are copy the file in the terminal, because we are executing the docker on a cloud machine, right? This is a cloud machine, this is not my local machine terminal, right? And I have created the file, the YAML file, in my local machine, so that I copy the content from my local to my cloud machine. If you are executing the docker in your local machine, then definitely you can execute that particular file directly. You just need to go to that particular directory where you have created that file in a terminal, right? And execute the command docker compose up, right? Now you need to execute the command docker compose -f, define the file name, which is custom application YAML up -d. Hit enter. Then you can see it is downloading the Alpine, and you can see creating custom Alpine done. If you will put docker ps, then you can see a new container of Alpine is running and name is custom Alpine, which was given inside the custom application.yml file. So this is the command docker compose -f, then your file name up -d to start the YAML file if the default name not is docker compose.yml, right? If you have your own custom name, then you can start your YAML file by this particular command, right? Now let's stop this particular container. So we need to execute a command docker compose -f, then your file name, then down. Why we are executing -f and file name? Because we are executing the docker compose with a custom file, right? Hit enter. So it will stop your container. So you can see it is printing the message stopping custom Alpine, right? So it will take few seconds to stop your container and display you the success message. See, the container is being stopped. If you will press docker ps, then nothing is running, right? Now let's go to the YAML file again and add some more distro over there. Now let's go to the YAML file again and add some more services over there, right? Now we will add some more services. So we have added one service. Now we are going to add another service. Suppose the next service which we want to add is a database, and in the last lecture we have added the database MySQL. Suppose this time we are adding a database of Postgres. So I will add another service like database. So when I'm defining another service, basically it means it's a new container for my Docker Compose, right? So this is the first container distro and database is the second container, right? Over here, first I will define the image, and I will define the image Postgres latest. Then suppose I'm defining the container name, and I will define it Postgres underscore DB. So we have already discussed about the property of the container name, right? And next we are defining the ports, and suppose the port is 5432 colon 5432. Why? Because Postgres by default start on the port 5432, right? And in the similar way, suppose you want to define the volumes as well. So we are defining the volumes like dash dash dump colon temp, like this, right? So we have defined the another container which is database, right? And database of the Postgres, right? Now suppose I will copy this file again, go to my terminal, open the custom application YAML file, right? Remove the old content, go to the insert mode and paste this particular file. So in this particular file, we have added another container which is database, right? Press escape colon WQ to save my file. If you want to see the content, you can use cat, then your file name, hit enter. Then you can see it is defining the both of my containers, right? See, clear out my console. Now I need to define the same command again. Docker compose hyphen f, your file name, up, then hyphen d. Hit enter. So first it will start the Alpine, right? And next it will start the Postgres. So you can see it is downloading the Postgres, right? And all done. If you will put the command docker ps, then you can see two containers are running. The one is Postgres DB and first is custom Alpine. See, right? The two containers are running, right? And over here you can see the port as well. We have defined this particular port, right? So this is the second container we have mentioned inside my docker YAML file. Suppose I again need to stop the container, so I will execute a command docker compose hyphen f, then your file name, then down, right? It will stop both of my containers. So you can see it is stopping the container, and once done, it will exit out. So you can see the both of the container is being stopped, right? Now let's again go back to the YAML file and add another container in it. So we will add another container over here, and suppose we are adding the nginx container and we will name it web, right? Image nginx. If we are not defining anything, then it will take the custom image, restart true always. Oh, we forgot to define the restart over here. It's good practice to define the restart in your compose file, right? In the similar way, I will define the container name, right? So we will define it nginx underscore web. Then suppose you know to define the ports, you can define the ports as well. And we are defining the port 8080 and listening the TCP port 80. So we have defined the image, we have defined the restart, container name and ports. Suppose we are defining the volumes as well, and we are defining the volume like my site template, and etc nginx config my site template will be append to this particular my site template, right? Then again we need to define the environment variable, and suppose first I'm defining the nginx host, and we are defining nginx host sample.com. Next we are defining the nginx TCP port which is 80, right? Now I will define the links with my previous containers. So first container is the database, right? So I will call database DB, and second as the distro, right? Now let's discuss all the commands we have mentioned over here. So we have, so we are aware of the image, we are aware of the restart, container name, ports, volumes, environment. This is new. So what does it mean by the links? So with the help of the links, I'm linking my nginx container with the database Postgres container and the distro, which is Alpine. So if Alpine or database will take the restart, nginx will again take the restart, right? So this is the benefit of the links. We are making the containers like a fail safe. If any one of the like if any of the container like distro database will take the restart, then this container will also take the restart. And then we are defining the database colon db. So over here with this particular colon, we are basically creating the alias of this database container, right? If we will ping the db from my nginx container, then it will reach out to the database, right? So this is just a alias. If you want, you can remove it as well. So by this way we have created three containers, right? The first is Alpine, second is the Postgres, and third is the web. But till now we have not defined the database persistent data into a external volume. See, still we are not defining the database persistent data into the external volumes. So we need to define the volumes, and inside the volume, suppose I'm creating the volume the name is data, and I will call it external, and suppose the value could be true. So what does it mean? External true. External true is telling Docker Compose to use the pre-existing external data volume, right? That's it. Now if you will run this particular YAML file, right, and if this particular data is not already present, then this will show you the error, right? So let's copy this complete file, go to your terminal, clear out your terminal, and open the custom file again in the vi mode. Remove the existing content from it, press I and press Ctrl V to paste your data over here, right? Now press escape colon WQ, right? If you want, you can get the data with the help of command cat, then your file name, and you can see it is printing the complete file data. See, right? I will clear out my console. If I will execute a command docker volume ls, then you can see we have the volumes like this random volume, this another random volume, mysql db, and root db data. We don't have the volume named data, right? If I will start my docker compose, -f custom file name, then up, then -d, hit enter. So we are getting the error, right? So as I told you, if the volume is not there, then you will get the error. So first we need to create the volume, right? So it is, the error is creating network data root default with the default driver. Error, the volume data declared as external but could not be found. Please create the volume manually. Docker volume create name equals to data. I simply copy this command, paste it here, right? Execute the command docker volume ls. Then you can see a new volume named data is being created. If I will start my docker compose now, then I would be able to start my docker compose. See, all set. If you will execute the docker ps, then you are able to access it, right? See, so this is the way how we can create the docker containers ecosystem with the help of the docker compose. Team, if you have any doubt, you have any question regarding this particular tutorial, then please put your question in the question and answer forum, and I will answer your questions, right? So thank you team, thanks for your time. This is the last lecture of the docker compose. There is not so much to discuss about the docker compose. Docker compose is just to create the ecosystem of the multi containers, and we have seen all the things about that particular thing. If you still do you have any question, you have anything, any concern, right, then you can write me. So thank you team, thanks for your time.